scene now. And we got a... He's playing against the Roxy build, just for... Speed off, TackleZone in. And yeah, I'm working at it.
Okay, whilst KFoged technically fails, I'll handle some of the thing going on in chat. Yeah, I don't like tipping myself just because I've never liked tipping myself, and also because I don't think I'm particularly good at Blood Bowl. I just get lucky sometimes. Yes, I did say to Jimmy, fantastic, please stop tipping me, I prefer to be the underdog. And I do think that I'm still very new at the client. It's a user interface lots of other people are better with, and I'm too old to be good at something this quick. So, lightning struck last Blitz Pit. If it strikes again, I would smile and enjoy it, because I like to win. But I feel I'm here making up the numbers, and this time we'll see a reversion to the norm. That said, I like to flatter myself that I'm never easy to beat, so I think someone should hopefully have to play at least half decent to beat me. But I wouldn't tip myself to go particularly far this time.
And we are jumping into the middle of actually.
Yeah, exactly, AD. Yes, I'm too old to be good at this. My hands are too slow and fat to be any good at moving things quickly. I'm very, very new at Blood Bowl 2. I should be thought of as a noob. And dwarves, bless them, are so slow. But they really should have at least one decent star available to them in some bloody form of this game. But they don't.
So I managed to get all the way back to the beginning of this game. We got Woofbark's getting a high kick with his rubbish elves against 5-guard. Is it 5-guard Amazons? Oh, no, it's a 3-guard Mighty Blow and a Wrestle Amazons.
Well, amusingly, I'm being told I have no internet at the moment, so presumably I'm not online and no one can hear me.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I know. Confusing, isn't
it? Yeah. Yeah, he's using the false conjuration.
Well, I don't know. AOL has never let me down before. I don't know what's going on.
What does Woofbark have? He got a wrestle lineman, 2 wrestle linemen, a wrestle catcher, a guard blitzer, the leader thrower, and 2 dodge catchers. Where's the last blitzer? Oh, that is a diving tackle blitzer. We did we talk about Woofbark's build as well last time we were on? Oh yeah, we were doing a like a preview of the playoff. It kind of does, but it's been working for him in a division of other pro elves. Well, I imagine this is going to be really quick fast turns because Woofbark looks like he's fine just staying. Oh, maybe not. We've seen Thernlow going more aggressive in with his Garter. Yeah, and that's fair. Like, a lot of people have been trying out Pro Elf. It was the most played race in this season. I looked at Nurgle as well. Camry just seemed better. If you wait a second here. Oh, are you thinking about the letters or showing them? Control is the way you show them. If you go to my Discord in the general channel, there's a guide how to actually get the letters instead of the icons. So now Robbie's elves are down to 1 reroll. Roxy is pretty damn deep. It is the real. So yeah, so the aggressive basing by the Amazons means now that all the girls is on the other side. If he puts the Garter up here, he's going for the 1 dice. I think with Roxy. I'm not sure I will do that. I think I might just block and try to force the touchdown instead. But he must be looking at the 1 dice. Ooh. But if that fails, ooh. Because if that fails, those 2 pieces. Oh, Pouring rain, who cares? It's not with scatter means that those 2 that haven't moved is in a better position. I'm not really sure. But the scatter does mean that Blitzer is probably not getting served. Or maybe it is. No. Hmm. If you do the first block with the rest of these risking everything, you might as well have gone for the save. Oh, you're blitzing. You can do a cage down here again. But you don't really want to be there. How is the internet search going? Have you been out digging a new cable? Yeah, I think he is. But that's a bit sketchy. It's also a bit sketchy having to hand over. It's got guard. He can get the leader down, he can get the diving tackle down. It's a bit risky business. Oh. Get back. We lost the PC! The internet is taking him away from me. So you put Garda in, you mark up diving tackle with one of those, and then you're blitzing with Mighty Blow, hopefully picking up with Roxana when it scatters. I'll just hope he misses. 1, 2, 3. Could. No, it's not worth it. Yeah, got in. Got in there. Blitz with Mighty Blow and see what happens. And follow up. I personally stood up that line moment, I think. Oh, whoa. That could be way back. Stand up, line woman. Block here. We'll take that one. Block here. And then you try the handoff. You can also get that one down. Follow up. Oh, I don't like that. Got to... Oh well, if she misses to pick up, it doesn't really matter. I wanted to be more aggressive. You used the loner, and it works. Oh. I think I just let it go. That's the ballsy 4+. And come on. Still think this Garda should definitely move now over to here. Move. Oh, to go for it? Two go for it to go there. But what does going there actually do? I think it'd been easier just putting guard in here to make that annoyingly blocking. Can still just dodge out there. Yeah, that's the problem. Doing two bosses, that gives you a little bit better option. But if you just go up there and make it harder to block them free, now it's just 2+, and then you have wrestle hit straight at it. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Could also, nah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Tuesday next week. That'll be a bit of a time before you get to know that. Yeah, I thought it was better than risking the 2+. I thought that was one of the reasons he didn't just straight away move the guard. I probably already moved him backwards before doing the non-block block. He's going for that. Is that not a... Oh, there was a blitz. I was about to say that must surely be the blitz. But now there's no reroll. Is it an armor break? It's not an armor break, so Roxy is on the loose again, potentially. If anybody wants to take over for PC and is missing internet, they're more than welcome. Be a bit long evening. Oh. Hmm. My god, you can wrestle block the diving tackle. I like that. It does mean you need to start with a non-block block. Oh, you can just move those around, that's fine. Then you put the lineman there and then you go for the wrestle hit. There. You direct. Oh. Yeah, that's diving tackle. No dodge, just diving tackles. I don't understand the direction. I prefer being standing by the wrestle if it had worked. Maybe PC got internet again?
Hello.
Hello. Have
Right.
you found a new internet connection?
Incredibly weirdly, I can both hear you and see what's happening, which is the first time that's been true. So, hurrah!
Hooray! So we
What
had a ball steal. So there's no reroll for anybody.
And there was much
Good
rejoicing.
rerolls of the week.
Yes. He used the loner reroll to pick up with Roxy. I'm not sure I've done that.
Yeah.
I think I've been fine just hoping for good scatter, but it worked, so we kind of got away with it.
Okay.
Everything is alright.
Cheers so much, Waxen. And thank you for the raid as well, mate. Good seeing you. Yeah, I've been saying nice things to you all over the internet and you're not even following me. That's so rude. But it's still really bad for Woofbark. It's his drive. It's a lot of dice. It could be Welsh, you could be Welsh. At least you're only Australian.
Follow me, everything is alright.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, I think Woofbark needs a bit of a miracle dice.
Well, if only he had some cheaty race like Elves. Oh, he does.
And he got a bit of Nerves of Steel.
Always useful, except when it absolutely isn't, like all the time.
Actually, it's probably easier if you throw a link to his channel. So people can just click on that. They're more than welcome to do that. And the Amazons still have a cheeky chance to score as well. Oh,
With
Kissel.
Roxy, near limitless moves, of course they do.
Oh, fuck's sake. Key Diesel.
Okay, Dizzle. And so many people call you Kev. I refuse to, Core.
It's fine. I prefer people not calling me Kev. But I'm getting used to be called everything. But I must admit, K Diesel is the first time I heard that.
Almost certainly your rap name, isn't it?
If I ever was able to anything particular like rapping, it will be my name. I think you're just blitzing with the rest of it again.
Yeah.
Because you are no reroll, so there's no reason to do anything else. Besides moving. Besides moving
in
that.
the rain, in tackle zones, you're not picking that ball up realistically.
Got Roxy. So it's only 2+ if you just get that tackle zone away.
Yeah. I mean, Roxy's only a 3+ in rain in a tackle zone. That's how cheaty it is.
Yeah, but I will still take that wrestle, and so you don't have.
If I ever rap, it's going to be PC Elf Killer.
Yeah, K-Fool is another.
K-Fool.
It's and in the UK, a lot of people is just gone for food instead.
Right.
So I'm stopped actually caring about what people are saying. If it's remarkably. And PTK.
There goes the ball.
Yeah.
There goes the ball in Roxy's hands.
It's still in range of that Dutch piece, and it's still in range of the wrestle piece. So one of the Amazons need to be standing somewhere where it stops the red dots, please.
Yeah, we're looking for a screen now, aren't we?
Yeah, and then we're doing a block to free up one more to screen again.
Mm-hmm.
And if anything, Roxy build is good against other people that don't really hurt people.
Yes. Yes, I mean, if Roxy wants to leap into my cage with guards all around and a block ball carrier, she is welcome. That just means I can kill her quicker.
He could just say fool. Zebros should be actually, he should be one of the few people that can actually say my last name. Primetime Kev. Kev. Especially because it's the elf meme thing. Yeah, cool fool. And Zebros because he's actually is able to say it.
This is looking incredibly bleak for Woofbark.
Yeah. Zebro. I was just saying you're able to actually pronounce my last name. I keep getting...
So I don't read these magic letters as well as you. That elf with the... Oh no, it's another... Oh, it's a... I see. G is guard. That
G
should
is...
be obvious to me.
Yeah, and the red background as well. Red is string skills. Blue is general skills and green is AG skills.
I see, that makes much more sense than the little pictures, which I still don't really know what most of them are.
Yeah, and you've got orange, it's passing skills. To be fair, with most pieces, especially in this level, you don't even need to read the letter, you can just see the skill color and then you have a good idea of what the piece has. my name is actually Coreful. And the core part is pronounced like C-O-R-E, so you English people can actually pronounce it.
And as we can, I think it's important to try to. I do think trying to do people's names as they actually are is important in life.
Yeah, it's my last name is the problem.
Yeah, cool. I'd go with Foed.
Yeah,
probably
a
wrong.
fool. It's because of the whole. The problem is the Danish is like it's pronounced like from the back of the mouth, like
Right.
where the UK, where English is, yeah, as you well known, is speaking. Say all the sounds is coming from the front of the mouth, which makes it really hard for you guys.
Yeah. Yes, even I mean, I used to be able to write in phonetic sounds because of my training, but that was years ago. I'm a pretty good imitator though, so if I hear people say things, I can use sound. There we go. So 1-0, and the rubbish elves are turned over.
Yeah.
And a worrying lack of damage.
Yeah, that and both Woofbark's 2 skilled pieces stayed out.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he's down to 10. And I will suspect, yeah. And the Amazons is still 11. That's bad.
That is bad.
Cannot even remember who did we predict to win this one.
I quite like Roxy's ons against elf builds. I think it's one of the places she can really do the damage.
Yeah.
What training flick flag? I wasn't. It wasn't a chance to humble brag. But I am a trained actor. I trained at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art. Now, if I was a famous actor, I wouldn't have to tell people that, would I, AD?
But you're right, for Blood Bowl you're famous.
I'm a jobbing actor. I get work. I still have an agent.
You on you're on the credit list and stuff. That's still something. But I'll. Yeah.
Yes, AD. That's sadly probably true.
I'm not particular. Like I actually prefer with Roxy zones not carrying on Roxy, but in pouring rain, I think you just do it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, she's a weapon, and that's what she should be used for. But she does have that agility. She does have that move. She does have that leap. It just, you're then. I mean, you've still got the guards and the mighty blow, so you've still got your hitting options. I don't know. I think in rain I'd carry with her just for that 2+ pickup still.
Yeah. And
Particularly as he hasn't got a shorthand, does he?
Yeah, and like Adif just pointed out, being up with 1 as well makes it even more tempting. Because if you get forced to score in a couple of turns, you're still fine.
Yes, Pro Elves just aren't that fast. So if Roxy can find a space to get away from them, then 2-0 and it's game done.
And she also just need to camp a bit up on the Pro Elf pitch. You don't need to get that far in with movement 8.
No, although she doesn't have the cheaty sprint sure feet that Beau Gallant comes with.
Oh, Griff.
Or Griff, yeah.
Sneaky Griff.
I don't know, he's one of those players that lots of people get loads of good use out of, and I never can.
He's so expensive. Oh.
So we're looking for a game-changing result here, a blitz or something.
Yeah, didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
On the other hand, you could actually... It looked like he's still fine carrying it with Roxy, setting up to do that.
I mean, I was going to say, if you're carrying with Roxy, that's no real change for the Amazons, but actually good for the Elves. Because if they can get the ball down, they're much easier to pick it up. So I think that's probably good news for the Elves.
If they can get a sneaky Roxy hit in.
Yeah, I think as important as anything right now is, are they just going to get outnumbered? If they can get another Elf or 2 off, things start to look really, really bleak.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Woofbark is regretting not having dodge and diving tackle and that blitzer as well, because that will make him a lot...
Yes, it's an interesting and very aggressive choice, but I mean, I think in this format, like a lot of us, he was practicing some things and trying some things, not necessarily playing the team he would play to save his life.
Yeah, I'll still have been putting dodge and diving tackle like some of the Elf we did see.
Comes the big hit. Though diving tackle is of marginal use against AG5, it's very effective, of course, against the other dodging of the Amazons. There we've got it. A nice strong screen. Roxy's got the ball. They're 1-0 down.
Yeah, not having to score.
Happen. Yeah, these Elves need something to happen.
That's a good start.
Yeah. It's always an interesting decision here. I mean, obviously you need to get some numbers up if you can, or at least back to even. But do you also just wall up and hope for a bit of attrition, or do you start putting pressure on the ball as soon as possible? Lowing, it's probably going to leave some gaps. And certainly I think I'd be trying to get an Elf or 2 through into the backfield just to keep the Amazons honest, but...
Yeah, I think you need to put some pressure on, because the Amazon, if he knows he doesn't need to score.
Yeah, absolutely. So ultimately, doesn't need to go anywhere. If you just wall up, they can just sit behind the wall and go, okay, well then we win.
Yeah, it's now he's okay. That's of course there's an option. Try to high roll to get a couple of players out before you go for the pressure.
Yeah. Oh, we're taking the foul here. That's the mighty blow goes. Oh, which it doesn't. Then I could have seen a swing in momentum, but as it is, that's a lot of elves over one side, and I think that's going to lead the Roxy charge up the right-hand side as we look, which is why he's putting whatever cover he can over that way now.
That's a bit weird. I got 0.8% drop frames. It's not bad. Internet looks good. Anybody else lucky, or is it only taken?
I'm good at the moment. My connection was shocking earlier.
Yeah, it might also still be locked down. Too many people using internet. I don't particularly fancy. Like, there's nobody's believing you handing off to a WrestlePete soul alone up there.
No, I mean it's doable, and if it was 0-0
Roxy
and really
cannot
tight,
get up there.
you'd be worried about it.
I think that's a
Of course,
bit...
Roxy throws very, very effectively with Agility 5, but without any rerolls to cover the throw,
You're not doing
it's
that.
not. It shouldn't be something you should be planning on for sure. It's a good clutch move, but not one for a plan when things are going well.
I think personally I will keep those two front guys a little bit longer backwards.
Yeah, they've gone a bit deep, haven't they? He is certainly trying to threaten the one more turn and he's in.
Yeah.
I just, like you, I struggle to believe he'll do that handoff, but perhaps he will.
Yeah, it must be for... Actually, the reason is to shield people from running too many around.
Yes, it's the around the front, isn't it?
But
He wants
I
a
don't
space
think
to
you
go
really
into
fear that, because if you run a lot of around the front, you're probably giving up the middle instead. But let's see.
It depends where the last ones fall in place, but at the moment, I wouldn't. Yes,
The
I wouldn't be trying to go
last
around
one
the
is
front.
that blitzer blitzing that lineman that's
Yes,
being
of
manned.
course.
I can say that much with a pretty confident.
Oh, I think we can predict that. That person is not staying there.
Oh, I don't like that though. Before you move that guard player.
Yeah, that's suboptimal to me.
That's just a 3+2+. For getting at least one dice, it's 2 3+2+. There's no dodge left though.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a dodge up there. I don't like that at all. Because, like, no matter how that block goes, that guard piece is still running over there.
Yeah.
He's not going anywhere else.
No, so why not do it now? I mean, it wasn't even if you took it off the pitch, you were going to suddenly go somewhere else. I mean, I'm a great believer you shouldn't necessarily do all the safe stuff first if a developing turn will mean other choices open up. But if it's not going to, then you should. It's your basics. You go back to doing the safe things.
And that's why I wanted to do the block last.
Yeah.
Because I'm not even re-rolling a double skull if the rest is in place.
Yeah, if the rest is nice and solid, you can keep your reroll dry, just in the off chance of bad dice.
Because you only have 2, and if you use one now and then don't score, then it's suddenly looking not as nice.
Yes, particularly as the numbers have equalised now, haven't they? Yes, they have. It's 10-10.
And there was much rejoicing.
Oh,
we're going with an elf wall.
yeah.
I
It's really
couldn't
hard.
quite-
He's in a hard between broken hard place. I was about to say. He cannot really put much pressure on, but just screening up is not doing anything either.
No. No, Amazon's going to be very happy to see that this is the plan for this turn. I hope he's at least going to try and get something maybe around the back. As both a receiver and some just bother to the rear of the cage, maybe close that cage up properly or something.
And
But as always, any material you divert elsewhere just puts you thinner on your screen, which is not ideal.
I still think you need to make sure he at least needs to respect the back.
Yeah, I do. And particularly as elves, I think that should... Elves, rats, I think that should be a standard thing.
But it's also pretty easy just to block those two linemen that's
Sorry,
in
my
the middle
wife has
now.
just heard me. My wife has just heard the word rats, which she has a bit of a phobia about. Not understanding that I mean people-sized rats that live in great cities underground.
Skaven.
It's all right.
Yeah.
So she's run off and we're now alone.
Hey, Hancock. And welcome to Elliot. And anybody been watching Elliot play? I would imagine it's been a bit of seashell.
You should hang around for at least half an hour.
And what's a bit of a TackleZone Star Division playoff, the first round?
I think that might be the most dated reference I've ever done in a stream about. Yes, Hancock, I did say it. Sorry. I can only apologise. It's a terrible, terrible reference.
Yes.
Hancock doesn't have a half hour. Oh, I just can't resist.
So, have you seen the results so far for the cup? We had Super J beating, with the Orcs beating Enro's Vampires.
Oh no, the vampires went down.
Yes.
Well, their luck was due to run out, frankly.
Cheney did get get some points in with one
Right.
touchdown and some good block things. And we had Jusicium and his Chaos Dwarfs winning 2-0 over Poncho's Amazons, which was more predictable. I think we all was pretty agreeing on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, Hancock, no shade thrown there. I'm too young and I'm incredibly old. The only reason I know of Hancock's half hour is he looked weirdly like my father. So that's how I became aware of him. But if you ever get the chance, check out The Blood Donor, probably his greatest piece. And still funny today, despite being in black and white.
It looked like the Pro Elf, not the Pro Elf, the Amazons has just decided to hang around in the back and taking the free blocks.
Yeah, well, I mean, you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah, there's no reason.
There's no reason. You can wait for there to be an opportunity. You're in absolutely no rush. If you get to go 2-0 up, then fantastic. But if you don't, you're still going to win.
The only reason had been if Woofbark had left it like an easy way, 2 dice to get away from the diving tackle, because it is still the only worrying piece really. If you get stuck with that and cannot get it down.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still only 2+ for Roxy or 3+ for the reroll.
Yes, and 2++, she's got dodge, so it's got he doesn't have tackle on it, just diving tackle.
Yeah. So it's just a 3+ for reroll. It's just like anybody else on that team.
Yeah. So whilst it's not ideal, you wouldn't want to bet your life on it. In a clutch, you'd take that for a win, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
8 out of 9. However, this isn't just stalling up and not minding no progress. This is full-on retreat.
Yeah,
which I didn't entirely necessary. Perhaps he just wanted to centralise. Felt he hadn't got the edge mastered enough.
It combines centralizing and getting some hits, trying to remove some elves. In the process.
Trying to take that diving tackle out.
Yeah, and got the 2 free hits as well on the 2 last pieces.
Yeah, though with only 2 assists, would you drop a foul in on the diving tackle? I don't think it's necessary, but it might be fun.
No, I don't think, because it's not dodge, it's not tackle, I don't think it's... Yeah, exactly, you just need to be there. And the diving tackle is annoying, but it's probably not really an issue.
Yeah, as we've said, it just doesn't... Yeah, you don't need to score, you don't need to take anyone out, you just need to stay safe. And of course the diving tackle is out not just this turn, but next. So... Yes, having a quick look at that link you throw up. I'm surprised Justicium got through. Such a strong player in this format.
Yeah, and it was a good matchup as well.
I love watching him play. I always learn something. I always enjoy it. He's a cracking, absolutely cracking at NAF style.
Yeah, I'm so I was supposed to play Titilian Team Cup in Pisa with him and Purple Chest and another one of the Simons.
Right.
So I'm really annoyed that we didn't get to. We've been talking about playing a team tournament together for years now. And we finally found one where we could play together, and then we got, COVID-19 out of that.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go ahead and presume the world restarts at some point.
I think the Norwegians had a tabletop tournament in this weekend. In this upcoming weekend have one.
Okay.
So the world is slowly starting again around.
Slowly.
We
In
might be.
England, we're having the most middle-class end to the lockdown you can possibly imagine. It's fine to have a cleaner around your house, and you can have builders come in and workmen, and your gardener can resume work. But you still can't have your parents round.
No, and God forbid you have to look after your kids anymore. Get them back to
luckily,
school as well.
Yes, luckily they've gone back to school, and the nanny is allowed back in the house as well.
So everything is good. We are also slightly behind everybody and having more death than the rest of Europe at the moment. So.
Yeah. Yes, almost like our government hasn't done a particularly good job. But I don't want to judge that just yet, because it's really hard to know whether we're comparing apples with apples when you look at other nations' statistics.
We're not, you cannot. But to be
No,
fair,
I don't think we
the
are.
conflicting messages and the mixed messages and the flip-flopping and I'm pretty sure no matter what, it's not done a really good job on communicating and staying on.
The key government officer checking his eyesight by taking his wife and precious child on his wife's birthday to a local beauty spot.
30 miles away.
Yeah,
From the
a
place
little bit of a mixed message there.
30 miles away from the place he shouldn't be in the first place.
Yeah. While his wife was writing columns explaining how tough it was isolating in London.
Yeah,
How did she know? She never did that.
But they were isolating on the family estate. Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah, not that it's a bunch of elites running the country right now.
I'm a little bit surprised. This looked like he's gearing up to hit the rest. I've fought with Woofbark having all his free rolls.
Yeah.
The leader was standing there just in front of the Mighty Blow.
It's confusing. I'd sort of assumed dangerous things weren't going to happen, but perhaps they are.
Because that hitting a wrestler, that's bad if that fails. You might not even do that then. I have no clue what you're doing now. I was sure he was just going over with the Lionel Amazon and then hitting the leader. The Mighty Blow hit on the leader. Because that made all the sense in the world.
It did. But with the other ladies tied up, he's surely got to blitz that wrestler off now, or else he's opening Roxy up to all sorts of problems.
But you don't really want to hit the wrestler.
But surely now that you've based it, you've got to, haven't you?
Yeah, you have to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my god, that's bad. And you could just have gone over, attack the leader and blitz the leader.
Yep, but you can't hit it and get back onto a nice cage without
you had taken off a reroll.
Yep, and at 1 in 9, you'd lose the blitzer anyway. But it's all going to be fine. Now, the go for it will work and we'll look like fools.
Yeah, but oh my god.
Well, that was the perfect thing to do. Because now the wrestler's no danger.
Yeah, but there's more wrestler. I still think the leader has been the better.
Yes, so do I. I was taking the piss.
Yes.
Just because it worked doesn't mean it was a good idea. But that's the joy of Blood Bowl, isn't it? I was coaching someone earlier today who may be the worst player of Blood Bowl I've ever come across, and is struggling still to learn assists and what a guard does. Enjoys throwing the ball, so throws it all the time with AG3, like 7 or 8 throws a game.
Oh.
And he's still got 2 wins out of 20, so you can be terrible at this and still occasionally come away with victories.
Yeah.
Because that's Blood Bowl.
And
everything works on a 6.
Sean says, as long as you stay alert, everything will be alright.
Yeah, I get confused by that. I don't know how alert covers viruses. They're not going to leap out from somewhere. I'm not going to walk down the street and suddenly see a virus in a hoodie and think, thank God I'm alert to that.
But yeah, I think most people
A friend of mine was quite interesting about it. When I'm not acting, I work in training and often specialise in diversity training. And hence I am friends with some very, very politically correct, very left-wing people. And one of them was talking about how the move to the phrase "stay alert" is about shifting the blame onto us. Because if something doesn't happen, it's down to us for not being alert.
Yeah, we're back again. Like, it's hard not putting them past that he was sent. Like that like the government knew he was going to that place, because by defining orders, then if you inspire other people to do it,
Yeah.
then it's back to our problem. If we don't behave well, then it's not their fault but
Yeah.
us.
You're ill. Well, then you haven't been alert. That's your fault. Not our fault for not testing things properly, running a terrible system, and letting loads of old people die.
I'm not sure. I imagine he's basing up the cage. He might even go for the one.
Yeah.
I was about to
I think this is the one chance to dodge in with only 2 because the cage was poorly formed because of the horrible
But he
hit
did.
the rest of the plan.
But
So yeah, I'd be trying to attack in this turn, but it doesn't look like he is.
No, and I thought that was like if the thrower had been marking the top of the cage, that had been happening. But by marking the diving tackle, I don't. It's just he'll be blitzing in with diving tackle instead of hoping to make some harassage.
Yeah, just
No,
hoping
he's
to
already
pull the cage
blitzed over
apart
on the
a
other
bit.
side. Sorry.
Yeah, no, this is all going to be about just trying to stop that cage going anywhere and pulling it apart. But it doesn't really need to go anywhere. That's the problem.
And you already play us up as Amazon, so you've probably fine beating people away.
Yeah, particularly as you don't need to go anywhere. You can literally just hit them off, and that's fine. I was going to say beat them off, but I thought, likes of Shawnee don't need to hear that.
Yeah, and I don't know about that lineman. I'll probably put him in contact with a player as well.
If you're going full herp derp and standing 2, then stand all the way 2. No half measures, no free dodges, no free hits.
So, I think you block on the diving tackle and see what happens with the blitzer.
Yes, although the blitzer being guard means you've got all sorts of lovely options for blocking there.
Yeah, but 2 rerolls.
You might just want to move in and run away. Yes, true.
I'm freaking not blocking with line performance. If you can block and you get a knockdown, you can just block everybody away and just stay.
Yes, he's got sidestep, but no dodge, has he? So
yeah, that's why I'm saying take the block first and see what happens.
Yeah.
And if that works, you probably then blitzes with the other guard piece. Well, it's a wrestle, so you may not even need that. You might just block.
I would, because I see a lovely pocket you could then move forwards into, but it's... I mean, actually, again, we've said it, you don't need to. You can just reinforce that cage and block everyone away.
Yeah, I would be interested in blocking that leader on the other side. But now he decided to do the non-block block first and use the reroll.
Oh, and use the reroll. Yeah. Well, I think we both think that starting with block would have been better, and starting on the more dangerous piece would have been better, but... that would have been tough dice, whatever he chose to do.
You're still probably fine here. Depending, that's so many different options, but you're running out of time figuring out what you want to do. I think personally...
Yeah, I've lost the feed, so I'm going to answer Lean Gary. Yes, look, it's always great if you can push on safely and get the score, or even relatively safely. But against Elves, without the... have we got sunshine now?
No, it's
normal. No, perfect weather. So, they can pick it up, they can throw it, they can easily return and score in a single turn if that ball goes down. And he doesn't need to score. He can just sit back with the ball, and as long as it's safe, he wins. So I didn't mind dropping back. I did think it sacrificed on-field, position and momentum, but there was no easy way forwards. He was going to have to hole up and try and hit his way out from a cage on the sideline. And I understand why he fancied more a cage in the middle. particularly with the diving tackle, as we've said, perhaps the only piece to be in any way scared of. So, for my view, no, it wouldn't have been better to push on and score. Not in that situation. There was too much risk, which didn't need to be taken.
But he could have stayed higher in the pitch and still.
He could have stayed higher up the pitch, which is what I was advocating, was finding somewhere around the halfway line to stall it up.
And now he decided to do more non-block blocking and got punished.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this whole turn has not been particularly brilliant.
No,
And it's got to be now.
and
It's
I
Tora, Tora, Tora. This is the turn to attack.
And I don't understand why that blitz with the first blitz arrived to begin with.
Yes, it was complicated.
I have no clue why he decided to blitz in on that piece, especially before trying the block. I have no clue what he's been thinking, but he could easily. Yeah, there was lots of other options.
And this is now, from a very controlled, solid position, this is now looking a lot tougher, to put it mildly.
Yeah, and he used the reroll, and like we talked about in the beginning of the half, if Woofbark could get to overtime. And Woofbark should have been his leader down as well. But still a bit complicating getting 2 dice on the ball though.
Yes, but of course Roxy doesn't have block.
No.
She does have dodge.
So but that's still a 5+ if you don't get 2 dice.
Yes.
But it might be worth just going for that. I'll be tempted to do the blitz and.
I mean, there are still some ways to get 2 dice, but they're complicated and involve quite a lot of rolling, so I'm not
But
sure.
what you could do, PC, if you move. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
move 1 in there for the assist, and
And
then
then-
try and perhaps move the mighty blow.
is it worth it? I must admit, I've been tempting at just doing one dice block with block.
And me too. But with the guard to arrive, I guess that's going to help a lot.
But
Now
you
the
have
question
done
is
the
what
one
does
dice
the
block.
hitting?
You have done the blitz with that guard piece, so the guard piece have been on Roxy next turn as well. And now you got the 2 dice with the wrestle.
Yep. 2 dodges and a go for it, but 2
But
dice.
that was a frisky 1 dice.
I didn't hate it,
No.
particularly with the ability to put some.
Yeah, push had been fine.
Yeah. It would still have been in trouble, although she can always leap, but
Yeah, you need to
2+
reroll that
without a
fluff.
reroll. Wow, yeah, okay. I see, I was wrong, so he's going to... I didn't... Yes, that's a much better plan. Single dodge and push in that way.
Yeah, that's and that. Oh, that. Ooh.
I
And if it
think
doesn't
you'd
get to
re-roll it
block,
to
you
win
need
it.
to block.
Yeah, there we go. There's the big old 2 golden suns.
Oh, you're a bit behind.
Yes, I'm watching the stream, not the live.
Okay. He was running a bit out of time.
I see, yes, yeah. Only those 4 seconds.
But this is
Is he any good at time abuse? I don't really do time abuse, but some people are brilliant at it.
the problem is here. If the first guard stand up, then the next guard just blocks. Then Roxy actually got 2 dice on the jump up block if you want to go that way. Or you can just
Yes. So you can have at least 6 dice, can't you, without even a reroll?
yeah, and it blocks it down to the tackle, to the mighty blow as well.
Yeah. Okay. 8. Wow.
Oh.
Still, you'd rather have the ball in your hand than in their hand.
Yeah.
And Roxy can miss the jump up. That's always doable.
Yeah, it's still because it's a jumbo block, not a blitz. Probably.
Yeah.
Then it's still meaning you're just blitzing with the line woman laying down besides the block, which is always an option right now as well.
Yeah, I might go straight for Roxy,
Yeah.
just to guarantee I've got that frenzy.
And the both down. The problem is the both down. But you
Yes.
will have one reroll anyway, so you're kind of screwed on that anyway.
Yes. But you've got your Juggernaut.
No, then you need to blitz with her.
That's what I'd be doing.
Okay, so you can pick it up as well.
Yeah, I've still got 4 hits with her, and then I've got the Mighty Blow afterwards.
I've still blocked the diving tackle fast.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can just do this.
But then that's the block, isn't it? Not the blitz.
Yeah, I'll do that first. But you can also just hit with a defensive player and
So that does put the guard exactly where you want it. But the other option is move the diving tackle with someone else, and then you can still frenzy into the guard. Oh, okay.
or choose that option and just kill a recipes.
Yeah. Brilliant.
But you
There
still
we
have
are.
to you still now have to block the diving tackle with your gather. Because it's
Yes,
the only
because-
sensible option.
Yeah. Yes.
It's
even
not
even
dodge.
Roxy's going to struggle to pick that up in 2, surely.
Yeah, and the guard means if you get the power, then you mighty blow. You can get assist more on the ball, and mighty blow can block the leader. Which is pointless now because he didn't kill it before the leader rerolled. But that's what are you? He's afraid of the ball scattering the ball on the side
Yes.
step. But that's
Yeah, because
But
the
he
sidestep
cannot-
can put himself.
but there's no that can catch the ball which not can get hit. I'm speechless. Like, and he gets rewarded with another remote. The thing is, I don't know if you missed that the Blitzer doesn't have dodge.
No, I get it. But I'm not sure he does.
No, that's the thing I was saying. He may have missed it.
It just feels very odd to go for that one die at that time, but it worked, so I guess it was a good plan.
And then you've still. Why are you not?
I guess he was perhaps looking for the push onto a Roxy stand-up, but it's still,
I still really don't understand why not hitting that guy.
I think you're right. I think he must think he's a blodge dive tackle. Plus,
Because
I suppose right in there he can't go anywhere.
no, but
dodging out.
it's
Very
only on
difficult for him.
trees where like the only bad result is push and a score. Both down, he just stays.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why not just hit the diving tackle and potentially if he just picks it up? Of course, now he actually missed the pickup as well on a 1.
Well, and the pickup was still a 2+ because of Roxy's agility 5.
Yeah, but
so
then you're stuck still with the 3+ or 2+ because of the diving tackle standing. Yeah. Now it's only 3+ for the elf to take the ball on the dodger and score.
certainly is, and I think the elves have to try that.
Yeah. But can he no, he needs not score but run down at least where it's dangerous.
I'm not quite sure why he felt he had to move Roxy, but
Tackle zone. Roxy is made too. I think it's for the pickup.
yeah, but it only drops it from a 3+ to a 3+ to a 2+. I'd rather have had the reroll and tried the 3+.
Yeah, it's a 2+ block
True.
because it is the blocker. I'm fine with it, but I do also think he needs to just move in contact. And another one on the pickup in this game.
Yeah, there's not been a lot of good
he gets it
pickups
in him, but
considering.
he cannot move because it's a failed pickup.
Yeah. Which makes it more fun, but
Yeah, but
less of a good result.
okay, you seriously need to block with that Garter because that means you can block with the other Garter, and then you got 2 dice without moving.
Yes, but that seemed so obvious last time and didn't happen, so it's going to be interesting if it does this time.
Because it was not a safe bet either. He couldn't. It was risky moving forward in the pocket he was given. And I don't think the problem was the turn where he decided to blitz the recipes instead of the leader.
That was a strange choice.
I think that was where it started to break down.
I mean, not only did we not love that choice, but also it just didn't leave as solid a base as you wanted. If your whole plan was, come get my ball because I'm winning, then surely solidity has to be prioritised, and it really didn't seem to be.
Oh, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Hi, Alex.
I made.
How's this been going so far here?
We and now he's doing a 1 dice again with no reroll instead of we have an Amazon team that should be winning but trying his best to throw it away. I have no clue what's going on.
Having played a strong first half from the little I saw, because my internets were terrible, and a reasonable start to the second half, he suddenly lost his nerve, pulled way back behind the halfway line, and decided to hole up in a cage he didn't really build particularly well. And hence the Elves have come and monstered it.
And he has and now he's going for more 1 dices. Why is he not blocking that? I'm still marvelous why he's not blocking. 1 dice into 2 dice, gets the first 1 dice. I've still no clue why he's not just gotten rid of there's a lot of dice on that guard piece by now.
Finally, we're seeing a ball hit.
Are your game started yet, Alex?
No, I haven't seen Bucky online yet.
Okay, that's good because it'll probably mean we can just catch on that one. And then a lead from Roxy.
And he didn't take the both down.
Why should he have taken the both down? It's Roxy.
Because Roxy doesn't have
block, so that would be bad.
Oh, no, yes. Yeah, so neither of them have block.
Yeah, it decided to go for the 2+ instead of...
Yes, and there was another hit afterwards. Yes, I see.
I will probably have...
That's nice, but...
And now he finally blocks the sidestepper and he doesn't get him down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was fine. I still don't understand. I've been taking 2 dice. I've been playing for that. Yeah. If he'd been blocking with 1 guard first, the other guard couldn't block in, and then he started with 2 dice with the mighty blow. I don't think he plays CCL. And he failed that pickup. Not pickup, but a dodge. So it's still possible for the Elves? 2 turns?
Yes.
He got dodge, so it's just 2+2+.
Yeah, and you know, lots of Elves, lots of possibilities. It's very much there.
I guess you just 2+. You just hand off to the lineman that runs it down, and then you look at something else afterwards.
In an ideal world, that looks good to me.
The rest is kind of, if you don't make that work, the rest doesn't really matter.
No.
Purple chest.
There's no one to put safe first either, so I think the high risk play is the only way to go. And they've got the reroll, so I think we should see overtime here, but I've been thinking that for 3 or 4 turns and it hasn't quite managed to happen.
The problem is you cannot really get it saved. The Amazons should be having 2 dice on it anyway. Okay, that's guess that means you can dodge out with a sidestepper. Can he get a cage of some kind?
Not while he's busy hitting things.
I can see that hit because it means the Garda. I still think you've got to run down and try to give.
Yes, he's trying to get the Garda out as a screen once he's got the ball, but
Potentially get the Garda out and give the Garda the ball. Because he's blocked sidestep, which will be a much better ball carrier. But now it's.
if you can get the ball to him, he certainly can't go back and pick it up. There isn't the time.
But I think this is a wrong turnover in my world. But on the other hand, it worked. And there's no reroll for the zones.
Rerolls are for the weak. A reroll pre-game is much more fun.
And surely you're just going for the Roxy hit. Which we back again. You get 3 dice on that bloody sidestepper. That's just moving the Garda in, but it's not going to do anything anyway.
Yeah.
And then you block with the Garda longest away from the game, probably. No, oh, taking alignment. For fuck's sake. You need it down anyway. And then you get you can get Garda and assist on every 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can get it's Roxy 2 dice, 2 dice, no matter where you sidestep to.
Yes, this should be simple to get her down. But he's never been willing to hit that piece so far, so we're going to have to see a complete change of confidence in terms of hitting the diving tackle.
Hanabi's a good game. Come on, you got a Garda over here. Move down. 3 dice block. Okay, it's fine moving that first. I can accept that.
I mean, even a 2 die, but still, just...
I can also accept moving the last line woman down as well. To make sure that the sidestep, if you put it... Just need to put it under.
There we go.
No, I didn't. But why is he 2 dice blocking? You got so many pieces. Just to be a 1-minute tournament with no rerolls. I don't know about that. Blitzpit is 1-minute turns and rerolls. So if anybody doesn't know about Blitzpit, we can do a shameless Blitzpit commercial. My kingdom for anybody can tell me what the hell guy's doing. Because now he's forced himself into blocking again. But for... Oh.
These are some very strange choices sometimes, aren't they?
Yeah. See, that's fine. Now you just...
Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you can put a guy... you just need to block 1 time more, because you don't want to do 3+ with Roxy. It's better doing...
No.
I think it's better doing the block. It was better doing the 3 block.
Yeah, 3 die originally would have hopefully solved that problem, but it may not have done.
No, but at least make more sense.
Yes, things don't have to be worked to be the right thing to do.
Yeah, okay, so now you can block from the square by the sideline, and then you got 2 dice on both. But right now you're doing the 3+ because you cannot block Roxy. Why are you doing 2? Oh. Oh, it's 2 dice. Why are you blitzing from that square? Ah! That's into one dice.
Yeah, because she sidesteps.
Oh my god. It makes sense running that way, but... Or you can also just go that way and hopefully...
Okay.
I can see and hoping she doesn't get the 5+.
Yeah.
And now the guard is... Oh, blocked with the... Are you running out of time?
So little of that made sense to me, and this is why I think I'm not very good at Blood Bowl, is I just don't understand sometimes.
No.
I don't understand why you hit from there, knowing it could lead to a 1 dice. I don't understand why they sidestepped to where they did. I suppose it was to get nearer the end zone.
Yeah, I can see,
the
because
second block
if
didn't
you
work
sidestep up, you have to sidestep back, and then it's 4+, 3+, 2+. I can see why you're sidestepping down here, knowing if she doesn't get the 5+, then you're literally winning on the 2+.
Yeah.
I don't hate that, but you shouldn't give him the option.
No, particularly when it didn't seem necessary, did it?
Yeah, and scatter would probably be good as well. So it's been like 2+, 2+.
But that surely won the game. So it's worked.
Yeah, but I also think instead of doing the dodge, you should have blocked with the line woman and opened for the knockdown, so you could actually get the Garda in behind. But it's not really, because the Garda just goes up, and then you blitz with the lineman and follows up and hope for the best.
Yeah.
There's
I
nothing
hope to
else.
follow through, pick the ball up and score. That's surely the plan here.
You might even know if that is the plan, because the other one is not too nice. But you follow up and then go for the end zone if it's a bad scatter, because you have the dodge piece to pick it up and pass as well.
Yeah. So depending where it ends, you've still got to go to the end zone, but with the ball if it's one side and without the ball if it's the other.
And it's only 3+, 2+. After the 5+ hit.
Yeah.
Oh, 6+ hits because you don't have any skills. So you could also go for the 1 dice. That's...
Oof. But then the ball's definitely the wrong side, and so is everyone else.
Yeah, no, you can still go to the end zone with that dude.
Oh yeah, no, true, yes. And it has got dodge, hasn't it? So that might be a decent odds. Take the 5+ rather than 2 die hoping for the POW. Run to the end zone and try and hope someone gets it to pick up. Of course, there's a chance it goes out, isn't there?
Yep, got the 6.
Yeah, lovely.
Bad scatter though.
With the 2 die, got the skill.
Oh, perfect scatter. 3+, 3+. 3+, 3+, 2+.
Yeah, to expect it out of attack zone would have been lovely, but 3-3-2. No rerolls though. Gets the first 3 and the 3, but not the 2, and it's done.
It shouldn't have been that close.
And that's Nuffle for you. He'll give you the 3s, but he'll laugh at the 2. Well, a much better ending to that game than we thought we were going to get at half time.